Right guys, hello, another video for you, Star Wars Pinball VR. Call it a first look, quick look with my Rift S. Caught me by surprise really this game. I wasn't expecting it. I thought we'd just get more DLC for Pinball FX2 VR. They threw the Star Wars tables in there. They've gone whole hog, giving us a completely new game. Gives us this man cave or a lady's lair, whichever way you want to look at it, which we can look around and decorate. The more we play the tables, there's 8 tables to play through. High scores we get, we start to unlock posters, figurines, stuff, and music as well. We've got the jukebox there, although I've muted the music for obvious YouTube related reasons. So yeah, it is actually quite cool, and I do expect them to do a Marvel one most likely in the future. If this goes well for them, as they do the Marvel tables as well, that would be kind of cool. So let's head down to the television. I've got the options in there. I do need to point out, I'm hearing people that have got the Index and the Vive have issues with their VR controllers and having to play it with a gamepad. That's obviously not ideal. I hope that gets fixed. I've got no issue with the touch controllers. So when we go in the TV, first thing we see is there's a career mode. So we can do dark side or light side of the force. You can switch at any point, and it gives us challenges. And we get these tokens which can then unlock force powers and talents. Think of it as like cheats to help us manipulate the tables. So we've got Operation 1 there. So that was survive 5 minutes just playing through the Mandalorian table. Then they wanted me to do a bit of Star Wars Rebels. Next one is for Return of the Jedi. So it keeps us focused on something to do and experience all the tables, which is, yeah, nice. Just going to the options. That's the right grip button. So under controls, things have moved forward a bit from FX2 VR. We've got the total immersion switch. That I call it Ant-Man mode. We will shrink down, be on the table, we get a different perspective, and we've got 3 viewpoints we can choose through using the grip buttons. It is kind of a gimmick. It's kind of cool to see, but not really ideal to play the tables on. I can nudge with my touch controllers. I can use the plunger now to get the skill shots, which is very welcome. We've got locomotion added, so we can walk around the space, which is all very useful. Under audio, I did say that I muted the licensed music, but ideally we want that playing. Really helps with the immersion. Under graphics, there's not really anything to play with as far as texture detail and anti-aliasing. This stuff is hidden away in the INI files, which we can edit, but then it will want to overwrite them. So I just wish they'd just put the settings in here. I've turned the pop-up score off because it gets really irritating. You can set what score it would pop up at, and I've just got a major pop-up score at 1,000,000. Yeah, I just wish there was more options to play with. I can't lie, I've gone back and looked at Pinball FX2 VR, and it just feels sharper. The graphics just do feel better in that old game, which is kind of strange. It kind of feels like the Quest is holding this back. At a distance, things seem quite blurry. As I get closer, it's not much better. But yeah, it is what it is. It plays well. I can't fault it for that. Bring up the tables. We've got the Mandalorian, Classic Collectibles, Masters of the Force, Star Wars Rebels, Rogue One, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Now, many of these tables, some of us will have already played because we've got the 2D version of Pinball FX. Some people build their own pinball tables. Some people, yeah, they just play it on the computer. But we've got Classic Collectibles. That's new. We'll do it in the classic mode. It does explain to me the arcade mode is what lets us use the force powers and talents. So cheats. Classic mode doesn't let us cheat. See the AT-AT, AT-ST, Millennium Falcon floating around. Very cool. See the fleets up above us. So let's just quickly do the immersion mode. So I'm on the table. Switch my view around. It's just not particularly useful for playing. So I can read the table, although as things get further away, it's a bit more blurry. The DMD does get a little bit washed out at times. I can read it. It's not too bad. It's just, again, just feel like it could have been a little bit sharper. So I can use
the upper flipper and hit the TIE fighter ramp with it.
I can use the thumbstick to launch the ball. I can hold down the A button. The preferred method is to pull the plunger back.
After the ball is plunged, you can change the X-wing ramp with the launch button.
Yeah, difficult to talk and play at the same time, but I'll try.
The bonus multipliers are increased.
Oh, we've got to save that. It is a lot of fun. I do need to point out there are like arcade mini games built in, but you need to get to that point of the table.
Almost.
All right, if I click the menu button, we can see there is a table guide, so that'll explain to me how the table works. Everyone's going to be a little bit different to the next and what we've got to do. So it's worth reading through what you got to do. Let's exit out. Try a different table. Do the Mandalorian. Classic mode. It's asking, do I want to resume the last game that I played? No. Start from the beginning. See Baby Yoda.
Let's go.
A little look at the table. So just resting my hands on my knees, but it does feel like they're on the table. As I mentioned earlier, you do get the haptics, so there is vibration through the controllers. So it feels like it's coming through the table. As I like to have the top-down view, just so I can see what's going on with these top flippers. Can't really do that when I'm down on the table. Yeah, it feels a bit lifeless without the music playing. Right, let's fire up another table. I can do some dedicated videos for the tables where I'm full on concentrating and not speaking. We've got Empire Strikes Back. So do a new game. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. Press launch to begin.
Finish what he begins.
What is it, General? I have felt it.
Now all I gotta do is find this.
Could see Luke was waving his lightsaber earlier. It can be a little bit distracting at times. Can cradle the ball and nudge it with the
Be
left
careful.
thumbstick. We've got to be careful you don't trigger the alarm. So it wants me to shoot into that trapdoor just below Vader's head.
You must choose.
Scene 2, scene 3.
You have learned much, young one.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.
Here's the minigame.
Your destiny lies with me.
Using the flipper buttons.
Obi-Wan knew this to be true. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet. Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
The launch button is doing the top block.
Obi-Wan knew this to be true. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
You want the impossible. Now all I gotta do is find this Yoda, if he even exists.
Right, so talked about the table guides. Let's have a quick look around. So I can walk up to the posters, push A to change them the stuff that I've unlocked, and it tells us what we need to do to get the unlocks. The podium there. So to get Darth Vader, I need 250 million points accrued on The Empire Strikes Back. Play the Mandalorian. So on. So it's going to take me a while to unlock these things. Baby Yoda. Yeah. It's a lot of points. There's my achievements. Yeah, it's out there. So here's the leaderboards, which at the moment don't seem to work. Maybe I've done something stupid, like my firewall is blocking it, but yeah, not working. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to have a quick look at it. At just under £20, I do find it fun. I don't feel ripped off. Don't want to be a stuck record. I do feel like it could look a little bit better. It's not bad. I'm sure those that play it on the Quest 2, they'll be quite happy with it. It looks good enough, and it does play well. So can't really fault them for that. But we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great day. Have a great evening, whatever you choose to do after watching this. And as always, I will see you when I see you next. Ciao for now.